When investors think of coffee, they think of Starbucks. But in China, for a brief moment, another name was on everyone's lips. It wasn't just a competitor, it was a sensation. A tech-savvy startup that promised cheaper, app-based coffee and lightning-fast growth. Its name was Luckin Coffee. Founded in 2017, Luckin exploded onto the scene. Stores popped up by the thousands. Sales reports climbed. Investors poured billions into its IPO on the Nasdaq. At the peak of its early hype, Luckin's stock traded at around $51 a share. And the company was burdened with ambitions to outperform Starbucks in China. But behind the surface, something deeper and darker was brewing. Most corporate fraud scandals happen slowly. Wall Street corruption, banking schemes, accounting irregularities. But this one was different. It wasn't a hidden ledger. It wasn't a subtle misreport. Luckin Coffee literally fabricated its own sales, not by accident, but through deliberate manipulation. According to U.S. regulators, Luckin intentionally exaggerated its revenue by creating fake transactions, fake sales, fake customers, all to look like it was blowing up in growth. From April 2019 through January 2020, executives and employees engineered schemes involving fake coupon sales. Shell companies buying non-existent coffee, fictitious transactions recorded as real revenue, altered bank and accounting records, even a fake internal operations database, all designed to fool investors. In one approach, employees and related companies bought coffee coupons in huge amounts, then redeemed them, even though no real customers were involved. These fake sales weren't small. They added up to roughly 2.2 billion yuan in bogus revenue, about $300 million USD, between April and December of 2019 alone. To hide these schemes, the company also inflated expenses, created shell transactions, and manipulated internal systems, so auditors wouldn't easily spot the deceit. This wasn't a couple of rogue baristas making up numbers. It was a coordinated, corporate-wide, systematic attempt to portray extraordinary success, one that nearly shook global markets. The fraud started to crumble in early 2020. An internal investigation exposed the magnitude of the fake revenues. Almost immediately, the CEO and crew were fired. Trading of Luckin stock was halted on the Nasdaq. Investor confidence evaporated. The stock plunged over 80%, wiping out nearly $5 billion in market value. Regulators soon got involved. In December 2020, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission charged Luckin Coffee with defrauding investors. Luckin agreed to settle the fraud charges and pay a $180 million penalty. And in China, regulators fined the company and dozens of related firms. But here's where this story gets even stranger. Most people assume a scandal this massive means the company collapses forever. But Luckin didn't disappear. Under new leadership and after settling with regulators, the company restructured and began to rebuild itself. By 2023, Luckin had doubled its number of stores, regained revenue growth, and even surpassed Starbucks in China in total sales. A stunning turnaround. That twist, a company that cooked its own books, got caught, nearly died, and came back stronger, is why this story is so powerful. So what are the lessons here? Fake growth might attract investors short-term, but it destroys trust. Scandals can wipe out billions in market value almost overnight. Even the boldest corporate fraud doesn't guarantee survival. But sometimes survival comes anyway. And transparency is everything in global markets. Luckin Coffee is more than a coffee chain. It's a corporate morality tale about hubris, greed, and the price of pretending to be something you're not.